Welcome to the jungle, everyone. I'm Kyle Phelps, and we've got a hell of a show for you this week. Meltdowns, choke jobs, whining about the refs. I mean, this week's got everything for real. If you spend your Sundays screaming at your television or computer screen, in my case, as much as I do, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button before your buddies roast you alive for living under a rock. So grab a drink, get angry, and get ready to relive every glorious disaster from around the league this week. Oh man, Kyren Williams has got to be furious with himself right now, man. The Rams look like garbage for the first 37 minutes of this game, and then with a chance to take the lead back with a minute left, at the 2-yard line, this dude coughs the ball up. And then the Rams defense, bless their hearts, did their best, but the Niners managed to run the clock out in regulation and put up a field goal in overtime. Still, they maybe had a chance to win it, but Kyren turned the ball back over, this time just by running out of downs at the end of overtime because he couldn't get a yard on 4th and 1. It's absolutely brutal. So the Dylan Gabriel era kicked off in London this week, which ended up being good news for my Bengals, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. And you know what? The kid didn't look too bad. He didn't look too great either. 2 touchdowns and no interceptions is nice, but only completing 57% of your passes is kind of rough shit. Ending 9 of your 11 offensive drives without really accomplishing anything, that's some really rough shit. Still somehow having a chance after all that and blowing it, even though the Skycam gods blocked a field goal for you and let you keep the lead late in the fourth quarter, you're gonna need a fucking laxative for that one. Speaking of the Bengals, as bad and embarrassing as they are right now, I definitely think that it seems like there's some teams out there who have it a lot worse than we do. Like the Raiders, for example. They're 1-4. They're stuck in this Geno Smith, Pete Carroll lottery loop, giving up over 40 points for the second time in 3 weeks, and they just look utterly hopeless. It's bad here in Cincinnati right now, but it's not winning the possession battle and still losing by 34 points bad. Yet. The Colts, however, are doing exactly what good teams are supposed to do to bad teams, and that's crushing them. I'm getting 2021 Bengals vibes from them, and oh no. New Orleans finally got in the win column this week, and they weren't even the last ones to do it. Congratulations. Shout out to Mikey, who finally got this chance to shout "Who dat" for real this season. It wasn't pretty, but it was what was needed. Mikey's going to be insufferable all week, I know that, but honestly, give him this one. It's been a long season, and it's only week 5. Then again, it is just the Giants. I'm just kidding. A win's a win. Seriously. But Giants fans, y'all might need to rethink everything after that loss. Jackson Dart out here looking like the Giants version of Daniel Jones. Cam Scattaboo gave his mind, body, and soul on that block, but then he gives up a scoop 6, and it just feels like running on a hamster wheel at this point. Honestly, what's crazy about everything that I just said about that last game is that the Giants aren't even the worst team in Jersey right now. Submitted for your approval, the New York Jets, a franchise caught between dimensions, where 3rd and manageable becomes 4th and forever, where promising drives dissolve into yellow laundry, and where hope is a trap that even Fireman Ed couldn't escape from. You'll see familiar specters, sacks, punts, fumbles, looping like a rerun that you can't turn off. I have nothing to say about the Cowboys. As I was keeping up with this Broncos game on Sunday, I was thinking about how much worse that this looks for Bengals fans, right? For 3 quarters, the Broncos looked like some straight punks out there antagonizing a real football team. And don't get me wrong, the defense did an okay job against the Eagles, but it's not like Philly's offense is exactly lighting up the league lately, right? Then Sean Payton seemed like he figured something out in the 4th quarter. The Broncos offense was honestly just as boring till they started scoring, and the Eagles kept going 3 and out. Before you knew it, the Broncos had the lead with a little over a minute left to go. And they just couldn't turn it on at that point. And it looks like the Broncos get to be the first team to take down the champs this year. Congratulations. Oh, ratbirds. Oh, ratbirds. At least the Bengals aren't the only team currently being accused of wasting their generational talent quarterback. Cooper Rush basically had the same performance that Jake Browning had against the Vikings. Derrick Henry managed to get in the end zone, but the Texans held him to 33 yards on 15 carries otherwise. Nick Chubb looked like the much better runner in this one, which is not something I expected to say in 2025, especially with Derrick Henry on the Ravens and Nick Chubb on the Texans. At 1-4 though, the Ravens need to make a serious move if they want to have any shot at turning the season around, while the Texans look like there's at least some spark of life, maybe? Probably not, a little bit. Rest in peace, Cardinals fans. Y'all gave the damn Titans their first win of the season this week, despite being up 21-6 in the fourth quarter. What the hell? First, DeMarcado hands the ball to the Titans after the defense suddenly turns into Swiss cheese, and then Darian Taylor Demison, who I've totally heard of before, becomes the unlikely hero, picking off Cam Ward in the red zone, only to fucking fumble the ball into the end zone where Tyler Lockett picks it up for a touchdown. It's fucking brutal, dude. You know, I'll tell you one thing, the Seattle Seahawks just did not want to win this game, dude. They put up one of the wildest turnover frenzies I've ever seen in my life. Like, I mean, it wasn't a ton of turnovers, but the turnovers they had were kind of crazy. Like, first of all, what the hell was that pitch from Jalen Milroe early in the game? Maybe Micah was right about that, dude. Jesus Christ, man. And then Sam, my guy. Okay, first of all, great game overall. We got to be clear about that. But what the hell did you see at the end of that game, man? Did you even look? Cooper Kupp was in the middle of a meat grinder when you threw that ball. Like, dude must be seeing ghosts again. That's the only explanation. Bucks get the ball already in field goal range at that point. All they gotta do is hand it off a few times and trust McLaughlin's leg. Guys. The Chargers did the Charger thing, everybody. They chargered the fuck out of that one. They're up 10-0 midway through the second quarter, and then they just completely fall apart out of nowhere. Also, Jesus, what a gut punch that punt return touchdown being called back was. Commanders fans are happy though, because it looks like Jaden Daniels is pretty comfortable back there now that he's back. Don't look now, but the New England Patriots still own the Buffalo Bills. I don't even know what to say about this one at this point. Like, other than I'm kind of stunned, but I'm also kind of not. Are the Patriots actually good now? Can I say the Patriots are going to be good this year and then I don't look crazy like a week later? They're 3-2, and their only losses are a close one with a solid Steelers team and a seemingly fluky Week 1 loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. Drake May is also low-key, he's not going to win, but low-key, Drake May is starting to look like a potential MVP contender. And this one's a statement win for Mike Vrabel that the Patriots might be relevant again. Get fucking wrecked, Kansas City. Oh, Mahomes and Kelsey aren't getting any calls from the refs anymore. Oh, wait, it was actually Mahomes who was whining about a clearly illegal pick that the refs threw a flag on that touchdown pass, and then the refs picked up the flag because they didn't want to be bullied by Patrick Mahomes, even though it was an obvious call, and the Chiefs are like, oh, we got screwed by the refs. Like, shut the fuck up, honestly. It's almost like this has been going on for half a fucking decade. I'm serious. And yet, Trevor Lawrence still manages to dig straight up deep into the cavities of his nose for the magic boogers to put the Chiefs away. God, this pathetic excuse for a dynasty cannot die fast enough. Where's Eli Apple when you need him? Alright, now I have to talk about my team. I don't really want to, but here's the deal. I'm about done with Zach Taylor. I mean, he's going to be the coach till the end of the season, like, regardless, so we might as well just get used to it. But those of you who have followed my show know that I've been a big supporter for years through a lot of ups and downs with Zach Taylor. But what we saw against the Detroit Lions was absolutely irredeemable in my eyes. This team looked like it totally gave up against the Lions until they did rally late, but Zach was like, I thought we were going to win that game with the onside kick. And I'm like, did you really think Zach, did you really think that? No. Right before I recorded this, though, news dropped that the Bengals are trading for Joe Flacco. And I don't necessarily think that this solves all of the Bengals' problems at all. I talked about this on stream, but at least they're trying. And it might help. It might get them the ability to win some games that they need to actually get ready for Joe Burrow to come back at some point. A Lions, good game. All right. I think that's enough. My vocal cords need a bit of a break. We got Mikey here, and I can feel him foaming at the mouth, getting ready to indoctrinate us into his bullshit for the week, by which I mean his power rankings. So, Mikey, say what's up to everybody.
What's up, y'all? I'm so happy. Now I gotta make some people not happy after these rankings, because I know people are probably gonna be mad, but I don't care. Starting with the top 10 for this week, man, we got the Los Angeles Rams. I think this is your second straight loss. After that loss to Philly last week, which is that was more of just an unfortunate wackadoo kind of final 6 seconds or so. But now you lost to Mac Jones. It's like, I can't really defend you after that, and I don't want to defend you after that. Sean McVay, look, he's a great coach, but you got to know that they're most likely expecting you to run the ball 4th and 1 because that's all you were doing the entire game. So when you do that, that basically costs you the win. If you win this week, you're probably staying in the top 10, but if you lose, I'm sorry, but your top 10 days are dunzos. Number 9, we got the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I was thinking about dropping them, but they did score 35 points against the Tampa Bay defense that has looked solid this season. Seattle, I feel like, showed more in their loss than the Rams. Seattle, I feel like, had a great game. They just got beat by a better team, as the number 8 team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after they beat the Seahawks, man.
I think it's worth noting for the Seahawks that Sam Darnold, by far, was the better quarterback in that game, until he fucked it up at the end.
Like, I don't even know what he was doing on that throw. It's like Levante David was... It's like, bruh, why, man? Why, Seattle? Why can't you ever get your ish together? But when you play the Saints, you want to beat us by 31 points. But you play Tampa Bay, and you're, we'll score 35, but they'll just score 30 in on. Like, that game's on all the drugs. Number 8. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay just balled out, man. Like, that was like a combined 70 or 80 points that they scored. So, like, they both wanted it. Tampa Bay just earned it at the end. You know, you can't be throwing interceptions. Number 7, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, man. The Chiefs coming off of a blowout. At the time, the win was semi-impressive, but I don't know. But the Chiefs, man, they're on a roll right now. They're getting hot. My top 10 includes a lot of teams that are hot.
So I got a question for you. So, as most people probably know from if you watch this show, we tend to record these, like, during Monday Night Football just because of the way that, like, you know, like, schedules and everything work. So, right now, the Chiefs and Jaguars are tied 14-14 early in the third quarter. So, question, if the Jaguars win this game, how does that change the rankings?
I'll drop the Chiefs. I won't drop them too far, but I think I'll drop them to maybe, like, 11 or 12.
And do the Jaguars get in the top 10?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, they'll be like at either number 10 or number 9.
4 hours later.
Like, I don't think that's probably the worst take you've ever said, but...
Oh!
What happened?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
It's 2nd and goal. Intercepted! Go! 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 Pick six! Pick six! Pick six! Touchdown! Jaguars! Let's go! And then number 6, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Steelers were on bye week, and I had them at number 6 last week. So I was like, why would I move them up or down? They stay at 6. Because in my rule, if you have a bye week and you're in the top 10, I just leave you wherever I had you a week ago, if I remember where I had you. And obviously, I remember I had the Steelers at 6 because I remember you complaining about it. But yeah, I mean, the last time I saw the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers had his best game as a Steeler.
I think that you should take the Steelers down in your power rankings. Because, I mean, like, the fact of the matter is they didn't win this week. And you can't ignore that.
They didn't play.
Shut up.
They didn't play this week.
Shut up.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If the freaking Lions, who I have at number 1 that we'll get to later, if they had a bye week, what, should I just take them out the top 10 completely?
No, because they're not the Steelers.
Okay. Steelers at number 6, and you will like it.
No, I won't.
Number 5, what you said?
I said, no, I won't. Can't tell me how to live my life. You're not my real mom.
Yo, Kyle, you will like it, and you will have fun, and you will say, go Steelers, because you are a Steelers fan at heart.
You want to get fired, don't you?
I already know you won't.
I meant out of a cannon into the sun.
What? All right,
that's what you deserve.
Okay, good to know. Number 5. We're entering the top 5, baby. The best of the best teams reside here. Number 5, we got the San Francisco 49ers. They're undefeated with Mac Jones at quarterback, man. So I got to take that into account. Mac Jones is undefeated. This man had like 3 touchdowns I think in 2 games, man. Plus, they're injured right now, and they're still beating good teams. Like, it's not like they're beating the worst teams in the league. Like, they beat the Rams, and I think that win is good enough to put them in the top 5. Number 4, man. Can't believe I'm about to say this. Number 4.
The Atlanta Falcons.
No. I got to put Indiana Jones at number 4.
You don't have to do that.
This is their second game that they dropped 40. They dropped over 30 against like, bro. Their offense is looking like the best offense in the freaking NFL right now. It's like, brother in Christ, Daniel Jones, I can't believe I'm about to say this. He's actually a great quarterback.
It's fool's gold, you'll see.
Look, I tried saying it too, but it's like, we're 5 weeks into the season. Fool's gold only lasts 2 weeks. But yeah, go to number 4 as of right now. Number 3, got the Buffalo Bills, man. They just had a terrible game against New England. Like, they were down by 10 points. They kind of came back, but it's like that final play call still has me in confusion. Like, how are you down 3 points with 8 seconds on the game clock and no stupid tail with no timeouts and going to throw the ball 30-yard line in the middle of the field with no timeouts? That's just mind-boggling to me. Man, I should have dropped you farther, but you are the Bills.
Maybe the Patriots should be in the top 10?
No, not yet. Man, okay, number 2. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, man. The 1972 Dolphins reign supreme as both undefeated teams lost this week. Eagles, though, they lost arguably worse than the Bills did. And now to anybody saying that was a flag at the end of the game, well, us Saints fans have one thing to say to you. Get over it. Get over it. Oh, they didn't throw a flag. Get over it. Eagles, man, y'all blew a 17-3 lead against the Denver Broncos, man. Sean Payton, he just owns y'all, man. Y'all, every time y'all see Sean Payton, y'all just fumble the ball. To be honest, the fact that they were undefeated that long kind of surprised me. It's like their offense just was not clicking. Say the Eagles are at number 2, and the only reason that they're in the top 5 right now is because they're the Eagles. Number 1 is the Detroit Lions, because ever since week 1, the Lions have been the most consistent team in the NFL. Their offense has been great. Their defense has been pretty good. Ever since week 1, when they got slapped, crapped, and dusted on by the Green Bay Packers, they have picked themselves up, undefeated since that game. If you are a bad team playing against the Lions, they will make sure that you know that you're a bad team. They blew out the Browns, blew out the Bears because Dennis Allen is a joke. And they basically beat the Ravens pretty comfortably. I know the score didn't say that, but they beat them pretty comfortably. And also, not to mention, Jared Goff is playing like a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Aiden Hutchinson is back. The Bengals, man, they freaking were up 28-3.
Speaking of the Bengals, I want to talk about the Bengals a little bit. I've got some beef with you, man, because like you've got the Bengals at number 24, man. And like I just think that's disrespectful to all the other teams that are below them.
I'm gonna lie. At first I had y'all at 29.
I still think that might be too high.
The only reason that I didn't put y'all in like the bottom 5 is because you did come back a little bit at the end of that game.
Not really. A little tiny bit, to the point where like it wrenched my heart out even a little bit more. You know, they managed to twist the knife just a little bit deeper.
Yeah, but like the point is, like with the Bengals, it's like you played against the number 1 team in the NFL. You didn't put everybody to bed in the fourth quarter like the Raiders did in their game. I'm sorry, losing 40-6 is concerning. The Jets getting dog walked, slapped, crapped on by Dak Prescott is embarrassing.
And you know what?
That's about a quarterback.
You know what? You do have a good point. At least we're not the Saints.
The Saints are a better team than you.
You have them at 26.
That changes next week.
You can't say that right now. You said the Saints are a better team, but according to you, they're not. Which is it?
They will be. Don't worry. When the Saints beat the Patriots, you'll see.
When the Bengals shock the world and beat the Packers, you will be eating your words. And I wouldn't look past the Patriots, honestly. Like the Patriots look like okay right now.
So do the Saints.
They beat the Giants.
I have a question, Kyle. Did you force 5 turnovers on Sunday?
Have you won 2 games this year?
That's not my question.
But that's my question. If you're gonna just like start bringing up nonsense, then I'm gonna start bringing up nonsense. Well, anyway, I think that is going to be it for the power rankings this week. I know I certainly don't agree with everything here, but let's see what y'all think. Let's see what y'all think. Sound off in the comments. Anyway, that's going to be pretty much it for us this week. So we're going to throw it to our field reporters, Nick and Jake Boskell now, and it sounds like they got something interesting to talk about, so say hi, guys.
Hello, guys.
Yes, hello.
It is Nick.
It is Jake.
And this is week 5 of Niche Nonsense.
Week 5 of Niche Nonsense.
Week 5 of NFL 2025.
Yes, we're
lots
here.
of 5s going on
Yes,
here.
lots of
So
5.
I want to
And
talk
week
about the Bengals versus Lions game and how predictable that game ended up being.
It was
because
rather
going into
predictable.
it, I think everybody kind of knew what was going to happen. You
Mm-hmm.
can see that the Bengals aren't doing so well. They haven't been able to get momentum past week 2. Kyle's went on all about that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the Lions have been steady. So you can go into this game and
You
you're
kinda
like, okay,
figure-
the Lions are probably going to win. And it's probably not even going to be that close. And then you go to actually watch the game, and it's exactly the way that you think it's going to go. And There's aren't any surprises.
It was pretty
whatsoever.
pretty predictable.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder what games from week 6 are also going to be
There
pretty
will be
predictable.
some.
Yeah, there will be. And we have a list of 5 games
Oh, yeah, here
where
we
we
go.
think are pretty easily predictable.
Yeah.
If we're wrong, we're wrong.
That's
and
good.
That's good
It'll
if we're wrong.
spice things
Yes.
up a little bit and make
Yeah.
it more entertaining and interesting to watch.
While we had the Bengals up, we have them listed for number 1 because they go against the Packers, which unfortunately for the Bengals, it doesn't really seem like we have much of a chance against the Packers. A pretty good team.
Packers are doing well.
Yeah.
I think the Giants are probably going to be cooked against the Eagles, to be honest with you, and that's the same mentality as looking at how both teams are doing.
And next we got the Broncos and Jets. The Broncos have been able to defeat some pretty good teams.
Yeah, they have.
And the Jets really haven't done that.
They haven't won a single
so
time.
it makes them kind of at a pretty good disadvantage going into this week.
I mean, I don't want a team to lose the whole way, so
No.
hopefully we can be wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, while we put Kyle's team down, let's put Mikey's down as well. The Saints probably going to be losing again. They got their first win last week, but I mean, that doesn't mean they're going to be winning again. They haven't been doing that well.
And not against the Patriots.
Probably going to lose against the Patriots.
Yeah.
The Patriots have beaten some good teams, but the Saints have not.
We have the Bills and Falcons playing against each other. And I don't think the Falcons are going to have much of a chance against the Bills. The Bills had a great comeback against a great team, earlier. And they've proven themselves to be pretty strong.
Yeah, they don't give up.
Yeah, so the Falcons had kind of a shaky road throughout the season, so it makes us think that they might be pretty easily predicted to lose.
Yeah. And let's go back to this week a little bit, talk about the Titans versus Cardinals game. How crazy was it, Jake, to see Amari Demercado turn what would have been a 72-yard run touchdown into a fumble? He dropped the ball with a premature celebration, just one step before the end zone. And that seems very familiar.
Yes, it should seem very familiar because we covered this exact same thing happening last week with Johnny Mitchell for the Colts against the Rams. We covered the same thing, so much so that we made an entire montage about giving up at the last second. I mean, that was a crazy thing that happened last week, and it happened again this week.
You would think they would learn the dangers of premature touchdown celebrations.
People who
that happen all the time.
People who failed to review history are in fact doomed to repeat it, even if that was just 1 week ago.
No learning was done at all.
They did not
It
learn.
just happened again.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna happen again too.
Who knows? Hope not. Hopefully not. It's very frustrating to watch. So let's hope that doesn't happen.
Well, it probably will because why?
Because the Colts and the Cardinals, both teams that did do that, are in fact going against each other in this week. So the offenders are gonna compete with each other.
You got both teams that did premature celebrations, the early celebrators, or quitter teams,
arguably costed each team the game.
They're going against each other, so it's
wild
gonna be,
stuff.
We'll see how that ends up going.
Yeah.
And in the spirit of Adani Mitchell and Amari Demercado, we'd also like to celebrate the end of this niche nonsense episode early. So hooray!
Hooray!
We did it.